Hello dear students, I Jitnesh Patil welcome you in this session of moment of inertia. Today we are going to study about the concept of moment of inertia and also try to solve numerical based on moment of inertia about center of gravity and also moment of inertia about the principal axis, like moment of inertia about x-axis and moment of inertia about the y-y axis. So let's start. Before that, we will study the definition of moment of inertia. It is the algebraic sum of product of area and the square of its distance from the axis is called as moment of inertia. It is denoted by y. You can see in this figure A1, A2, A3 and A4 are the areas of that element, whereas x1, x2 and x3, x4 and y1, y2, y3, y4 are the distance of that element from y-axis and x-axis respectively. The next definition is radius of gyration. It is defined as the distance at which the area A is supposed to be concentrated to give the same moment of inertia. It is denoted by k. Here I write some basic shapes and their formula for moment of inertia. The first one is rectangular. The dimension of rectangular I have denoted by b and d. For ix it will be bd cube by 12. For iyy it will be db cube by 12. The second one is hollow rectangular section. You can observe we have subtract the smaller rectangular section from largest rectangular section. So ixx will be capital BD cube by 12 minus small bd cube by 12. For iyy the formula gets changed, db cube by 12 minus small db cube by 12. The third one is circular section. For circular section the formula for ixx and iyy will be same, pi by 64 into d raised to 4. The fourth one is hollow circular section. Here also we have to subtract smaller circular section from larger circular section. The formula will be pi by 64 in bracket capital D raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4, whereas capital D is the larger diameter and you can say the outer diameter of that section and small d is the inner diameter. The fifth one is semicircular section. Here formula for Ixx is equals to 0.11 r raised to 4, and you have to keep in mind that value of g from the base will be 4r by 3 pi. The sixth section is quarter circle. For this quarter circle, the Ixx will be 0.055 into r raised to 4. And the last one is triangular section. I write here three formulas. The moment of inertia about the CG for triangular section, the formula will be bh cube by 36. If they ask moment of inertia of triangle about the base, the formula will be bh cube by 12. And moment of inertia above the vertex for triangular section will be Ixx is equals to bh cube by 4. So students, you have to keep in mind these basic formulas for the moment of inertia. Now we are going to solve the first numerical moment of inertia about the CG. As you can observe, I have underlined and bold the word about the CG because this one is your first type of numerical. Let's start. Here we have given data, that is capital B, capital H, small b, small h. Now basically what we will do, we will subtract the smaller portion from larger portion. That means if you closely observe the larger rectangular and smaller rectangular, for larger rectangular the base will be 150 and height will be 300. Now 300 will be how? 280, and this 10 and this 10 gets added, we get total 300. For smaller rectangular section, addition of these two sides means 150 minus 10, it will be 140, and the height will be also same as 280. So the Ixx will be bh cube by 12. You can write bd cube by 12, no problem. So bd cube by 12 or minus small bd cube by 12, it will be the, if you put the value and we calculate, we get the answer 81.39 into 10 raised to 6. For IYY, the formula get changed. Instead of BH cube or BD cube, you can write DB cube. So now the answer will be 5.648 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. The next one is about the hollow circular section. Here you can see the outer diameter is 100 mm and the inner diameter is 80 mm. Now capital D is 100 mm and the small d is 80 mm. Now for the hollow circular section, as we know, the formula for Ixx and Iyy will be same. It is pi by 64 in bracket capital D raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4. By putting the value and calculating, we get the answer 2.898 into 10 raised to 6 for this section. And for calculating the radius of gyration, as we know, the formula will be under root I by A. The value of I, as we have calculated here, and for value of A means area of this section, means we have to calculate by subtracting the area of inner circle from area of outer circle. The formula for area of circle is nothing but the pi by 4 into d raised to 2. So for area of this section, we have to subtract this smaller circular from larger circle. So pi by 4 in bracket capital D raised to 2 minus small d raised to 2. So by putting the value, we get the answer of A, and this final answer will be 32.01 mm. Now theorem of parallel axis. Now this is the most important part of moment of inertia, as we are going to calculate moment of inertia about the principal axis. So first of all, we will read the definition. The moment of inertia of a plane section about any axis is equals to moment of inertia of the plane section about the parallel axis passing through its centroid or center of gravity plus product of area and the square of perpendicular distance between two axes. It means what? If you have to calculate the moment of inertia of this point or this particle from about this axis or from this distance, we have to calculate moment of inertia itself about its CG plus area of this particle and square of distance between these two axes. So let's start. Now here, as we observe, I write and underline the x-axis bold manner. Now if you divide this I section in three parts, like the base part, the middle part and the top part, I write as a G1, G2 and G3 are the CG of these parts respectively. The first of all, the moment of inertia about the CG, the basic formula is BD cube by 12. So we will firstly calculate the IG1 means moment of inertia about the CG for particular section by calculating in this way. So we get IG1, IG2 and IG3 for each and every section. Next, we will find out the distance of CG from the base, like Y1. Y1 is nothing but the distance from the base, and this value of G1 or position of G1, it is Y1. So it can be calculated by half of this distance, it is given 20. So 20 by 2, it will be 10. Next one is Y2 means distance of G2 from the base. So it will be nothing but the 20 and half of this distance. I repeat, this 20 and half of this distance, it will be 20 plus half of this distance will be 80 mm. And the last one is Y3 means distance from this line and half of this section. So it will be 20 plus 120 and half of this section. So I write 20 plus 120 and half of this section. So it will be 150 mm. As we know the area of each and every section, so it will be calculated by B into D. So it will be first for area 1 will be 2400, area 2 is equals to 2400, area 3 is 1600. For Y bar means the mean position of CG of this section, the formula will be A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 plus A3 Y3 divided by sum of all areas, that is A1 plus A2 plus A3. By putting this value and calculating, we get y bar is equals to 71.25 from the base, means from here. So the exact position of y1 will be here. So your G, concentrated G, or you can say the average CG will be here. Now we have to calculate it, the distance between the two axes, means what? For this particle we have to, for this position we have to calculate the distance between these two lines, means from here to here, means this difference between the y bar and y1. So what we will do, so h1 is equals to absolute value of y bar minus y1. It is 71.25 minus 10 is equals to 61.25. I repeat, I have taken the absolute value, so no matter whatever the subtraction here, the answer should be in positive. Second, h2. h2 is nothing but the distance between this line and this line, that is y bar minus y2. It will be 71.25 minus 80. The answer, as it is absolute value, the answer will be positive 8.75. Similarly, for the third one, h3, the distance between the y bar and y3, it means this distance, so it will be 71.25 minus 150. The answer will be 78.75, as it is taken as an absolute value, so the number will be positive. Now the final formula, Ixx means total will be sum of moment of inertia all section, it is Ixx1 plus Ixx2 plus Ixx3. As we know, Ixx means Ig1 plus A1 plus H1, so we'll put the value. So for Ixx1 is equals to Ig1 plus A1 plus H1, for Ixx2 is be Ig2 A2 plus H2, and for Ixx3 Ig3 A3 and H3. We have the all value, put the all value as we have calculated here, substitute this value and calculation, we get Ixx is equals to 22.118 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. Now for the next numerical, we are going to solve moment of inertia about the y-axis. In earlier numerical, we have solved moment of inertia about x-axis. Now we are going to solve about moment of inertia about the y-axis. As I colored the y-axis with the orange color, in previous numerical I have colored the horizontal line. Now I have colored the y-axis, that is vertical line. Now I just separate these two sections. This one is the vertical section and second is the horizontal section. Now as we know, the formula for Iyy will be dB cube by 12. So I take for the first section, that is dB cube, d and this b, sorry d into b, that is 20 into 80, 20 and 80, and for second it is 80 and 20. So I write 53.33 for the first section and second is 853.33 into 10 to 3 for the second section. Now area 1 and area 2. For this one, area 1 is 20 into 80 or 80 into 20, whatever, and for second same as 80 into 20, so we get the same area, 1600 and 1600 mm square. Now we have to, for y-axis we have to calculate the distance of that CG from the y-axis. So it will be this, if this is your y-axis, so CG will be here, something here in the middle of this section, so it is x1. This is nothing but the half of this 20, so it is 20 by 2, it is 10 mm. For second section it will be half of this 80, it will be x2, it is 80 by 2, which is equals to 40 mm. Same way as we calculated x bar, now we are going to calculate x bar. So formula will be a1 x1 plus a2 x2 divided by a1 plus a2. By putting this value and calculating, we get the final answer will be 25 mm. It means it is situated or located somewhere here. It is 25 mm. Now same way we have to calculate h1. It is x bar minus x1. We are again taking absolute value. The answer will be positive. Same way h2 we get same as a 15 mm. The final formula will be Iyy is equals to Iyy1 plus Iyy2. The same as Ig1 plus A1 H1 square plus Ig2 plus A2 into H2 square. Again, substitute all the value as we have calculated earlier. Put in the formula and calculating the final answer will be 1.626 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. This is the numerical based on the moment of inertia about the y-y axis. I hope you understand the basic concept of moment of inertia and also gets an idea how to calculate moment of inertia about the CG and moment of inertia about the principal axis. It means moment of inertia about the x-axis and moment of inertia y-axis. You can similarly solve other numerical based on C section, T section or I section. I hope you get clear out all the doubt. So that's all about the moment of inertia and this chapter. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay fit. Bye bye.